Okay, we're with Eilidh Child, double medalist from the European Indoor Championships. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a real highlight for you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the whole weekend kind of went better than expected. I obviously was wanting to go there and pick up a medal, so to get to and to run a PB, I'm just delighted with how it all went.
Well, you're talking about the PB there. Perform on the day is one of the sort of key messages that we like to put out for athletes from Scottish Athletics. How important do you think that is, and how difficult is it to try and run your very best when you're in championship conditions?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important because obviously you want to run your fastest time when it matters, so it's that final of that major championships that you're focusing on, so you want to run that time then. But it is hard because obviously for me as well, I had 3 rounds, so there wasn't that long between the semi-final and the final, so to come back and to race a PB as well, it just shows I've got the strength there. So yeah, I mean, that's the best result I could have asked for, to get a medal, but to also run a PB, because you can't do anything more than that. So
when you crossed the line and you'd got silver in the final, but you realised I've broken the Scottish record again, I've run faster than I've ever done before, that must have been really quite satisfying.
It's just the icing on the cake, really. When I crossed the line, if you've seen the race, I sort of smile when I cross the line, and it is that initial I've got a silver, but then I sort of look at the clock and I think, right, that's got to be pretty close to a PB, if not a PB, and it just makes it that bit more exciting, because you've run as fast as you could and you've left it all on the track.
So when during this indoor season, or from January onwards, did you start to think I can run really quite quickly here?
Well, I knew kind of when I was out training in South Africa, we'd done a lot of speed work, and I knew out there I was sort of running PBs and training, and I thought, right, I'm in good shape. But it probably wasn't until I ran the trials in Sheffield. I ran sort of 52.06 in the semi-final, and I didn't expect to go that fast, and the race did feel pretty comfortable. So it was after that I thought, right, I could definitely get in the 51s. But when I dropped 51.50 at Birmingham, that was a bit of a shock. I didn't expect it to do that so quickly. So yeah, at the start of the season, my coach and I both sort of said if we can go faster than my outdoor PB, which was 52.2, then we'll be doing well. But to go almost a second faster, that was it was a bit of a surprise.
And even in the first race of the season, which I think was the British International match, you ran a native record, so obviously that's your very first one. You were just back from South Africa. Just talk a little bit about that day, because that was competing in front of sort of 5,000 Scots at the Emirates. You enjoyed that experience?
Yeah, that was a really good experience. It was obviously my first indoor for quite a few years, so it was nice just to sort of go to a home track and have a home support behind you. And having everybody like that cheering on you, it does give you that little bit of boost. It does make it that little bit easier when you're coming down that home straight and perhaps the legs are sort of dying a bit. If you have the crowd behind you, it really does make a difference, and I took a lot out of that race. I learned a lot from it, to carry on to the rest of the season.
Do you think, we're talking about the Hampden effect for 2014, and will athletes be able to rise to the occasion, will get a boost from the crowd? I think you said before yourself that you found the Olympics a little bit, you were a little bit awestruck maybe at times.
Yeah.
Is it important now that people really get their mind in the right place for Hampden? Because it's
yeah,
going to be difficult.
I mean, before I ran Olympics, my roommates at the time, Lee and people like that, had said to me, look, the crowd will shout for you, be prepared for it. So I did go into the race thinking, right, okay, I'll probably get a lot of noise when I go out here, but nothing really prepares you until you're out there. I didn't expect it to be as big as what it was. So yeah, it's just knowing that's going to happen, and knowing, right, okay, this is what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, as soon as you're on the start line, you're back in your comfort zone, you know what you have to do, and it's all about trying to sort of switch off to everything around you and just kind of focusing on the track and what you've got to go and do. So I think for me, it's just going in a little bit more prepared. When it comes to the Commonwealths, I'll know what to expect, and then I can sort of focus more on my race rather than all the exterior factors. Yeah.